So a story's come to light that apparently some people that work on the border at detention facilities have had a webpage where they're discussing things, and apparently they've been saying inappropriate things about some of the people that are being held in the detention facilities and about members of Congress like AOC. This has been brought forth by AOC and also by a Democrat by the name of Frederica Wilson that have been talking about it. Frederica Wilson said today that they should actually prosecute people that make fun of members of Congress. This is insane, and other people have done videos on this. I'm not really focusing on that, but it shows kind of the insanity. Don't pick on members of Congress. They're trying to make that illegal now too. But what I wanted to focus on was AOC talking about how the fact that these people on their websites were talking trash on someone like AOC proves that they're somehow unfit to be able to have their positions working for ICE. I think this is absolutely hilarious that this would be our take on it, because keep in mind, these people at ICE, no matter what they say, they're not investigating AOC. They're not doing anything nefarious that could affect AOC. All they're doing is working at these detention centers. If they said things that were abusive towards the people they are detaining, I agree, those specific individuals should be sought out and forced to answer for this and fired if they're being abusive or bragging about potentially being abusive to people that they're working on detaining through their facilities. However, the same Democratic Party that told us with Peter Strzok and Lisa Page over and over and over again, those two people who were involved in the investigations of Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, who over and over said things like they could smell Trump supporters at Walmart, Hillary should win like 1 million votes to none, Trump was disgusting, they need an insurance policy to stop Trump from winning. We were told by these Democrats, those were just private messages. That doesn't mean anything. That's just this person venting. And now we see the hypocrisy. When we have people that aren't even investigating AOC, that aren't high-level agents like Strzok and Page were, but are actually just apparently on-the-ground type people that are venting and saying things about not liking AOC, that to them is reason to prosecute or to get rid of these people altogether. And AOC makes a big deal out of, oh, she doesn't feel safe now at these borders. Yet she had no problem. None of the Democrats had any problem when people with investigative powers that could violate First Amendment or violate Fourth Amendment rights and get subpoenas and get warrants to look into people's personal information and around the investigations of Trump and Hillary, and would ultimately be ones that would decide whether to press charges on people connected to Trump and Hillary in both those investigations. When those high-level people had conversations where they were talking about how terrible Trump was and how they needed insurance policies and how they wanted Hillary to win, that wasn't a problem to AOC. That wasn't a problem to Frederica Wilson. It wasn't a problem to any of the Democrats. This just goes to further show their hypocrisy. Now, someone on the left might say, but Rob, aren't you being a hypocrite if you're concerned with Strzok and Page said and not these agents? Not at all. Again, the people that these agents have the power to affect would be the detainees and the people trying to cross the border. If they said offensive stuff or that they were going to break the law or they could smell these people or something, they should be let go, in my opinion. They should at least be forced to answer for that. We don't want agents, law enforcement agents, that are viewing the people they're supposed to be looking after for with having contempt in their hearts or mocking them in a way such as that. So I'm not being inconsistent, but they should be allowed to mock Congress people that they have no power over whatsoever. That's not a problem. That's no different than a police officer in a private blog mocking their boss. We all do that. We all mock the people. And keep in mind, these border agents have every reason to want to mock AOC, as she's called them running concentration camps and basically being like Nazis. So isn't it funny to see the double standards yet again? Now the Democrats, now it's a big deal what private agents say. It's a big deal what they say in their message. It must prove malfeasance in some way. But when Strzok and Page were talking about insurance policies and hating Trump and smelling Trump supporters, oh, no, that was no big deal. Every single one of the people that were Democrats that got to sit in on the committee that interviewed Strzok, every single one was like, oh, you were just venting, right? You wouldn't leave that affect your job performance. And now they take the exact opposite position. So just more hypocrisy. And it is worth pointing out the insanity of Frederica Wilson. We keep saying this. You can't criticize. That's what the left's trying to get. You can't criticize government. They need all this power, and they're trying to make it illegal for you to criticize them. That's why they'll dox people that have memes about Nancy Pelosi looking drunk or CNN getting body slammed, a picture of it. They'll go after people like that. They want to out you. They don't want you to be able to criticize people on the left. And now they're flat out saying, we should make it illegal. Now, granted, she's just one crazy person, and I haven't seen like Chuck Schumer or Pelosi say that that's something they'll be advocating for. But as many of the private agents that have spoke out against Trump, and not to mention people that have just criticized Trump. Now you want to make it illegal for people to criticize politicians in Congress? When it's you getting made fun of, all of a sudden you don't like it. But when you and all of your media allies and all of your, hashtag resist people make fun of Trump, it's no problem. So again, the key point of this story is Democrats, no problem when an agent, a high-ranking agent specifically tasked with investigating Trump and his opposition, his opponent for president, had all of these terrible things to say about Trump, including wanting to have an insurance policy. No problem. They thought that was just words and him venting. But if some ICE agent dares to make fun of Congress, now it's a big deal. Now it's worth looking into, and these people might need to get fired. So, hey, if you like this, please like and subscribe me. I'm also on Twitter. Follow me at @NorRobert. You can follow me there, and I'll be putting more material out as the week goes on. So, thanks, everyone, and have a good one.